Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a weekly horoscope for April 2017. And this is a weekly horoscope from Sunday the 23rd up to Sunday the 30th of April. And this is for you coming from Cancer. Let's start with Sunday the 23rd, which doesn't start very well for you. It produces arguments or stress or anxiety. There are planets there that make you very egocentric and an egoist person, and very critical of others as well. So the whole day is moving very fast with fast planets, and they get a scattering of energy that happens in your mind. You have to do 10 things, you believe that in your mind, but so write it all down and you will be able to see perhaps you really only have to attend to one or two things, and that will lower your stress problems. Okay? Well, you start with plenty of arguments and difficulties and a lot of stress. And as the evening and nightfall come, these egocentric planets move in. They make you criticize everything. They make you a person who demands the most notice and wants everything to go your way. And it also makes you a person who wants to control the circumstances. So do the opposite. This is the plan that these planets have. Do the opposite. Use kind words. Be agreeable. Improve your tolerance for others. Be agreeable to what others want, and you will make the whole day come under your control. It's possible. Let's move to Monday the 24th, which is not a very good day for you to begin with. Differences with your colleagues, differences with your bosses at work, differences with business people, or some bad news as well. With your marriage partner, family people, some difficulties or unhappiness in the morning and afternoon and early evening period. And also with your romance partner, if you want one, there will be some difficulties. But I like your evening and nightfall period. The situations change. A new group of planets move in. This group of planets is also there in the morning and afternoon session, but can't do much. They come in with little bits of good news, but they leave. So as the evening comes and as the nightfall comes, good to socialize, good to going out with your marriage or romance partner, good to be with people you are doing business with, and also good to just have a good time, and everything ends up very well. Tuesday the 25th starts very well and is going to end very well. What a wonderful day waiting for you, Tuesday the 25th. So you get good news in your place of work, colleagues help you, bosses love you. You have good news in your business areas, you get plenty of good news, and the people you do business with like you, and they want to give you more business. Good contracts, good contacts are also being made. So you become a very lucky person throughout the day. There is in the morning, afternoon session talks of travel and planning holidays. You may meet people who are of another race than you and who are very helpful. You may meet people who are from another country and they are also very helpful. And as the evening and nightfall session comes, mix business and pleasure. I also see business planets here. And these business planets, although it's a time for socializing, evening and nightfall, they are involved with getting you good business contacts and probably good business contracts as well. Or just have a good time with your marriage and family people or with your romance partner. And if you're looking for romance, it's a pretty good day to try your luck. Let's move to Wednesday the 26th. Now, what a difference a day makes. Wednesday the 26th, full of difficulties to start with. Depression, depressive news. People don't support you at work, or your colleagues or your bosses are not agreeable. In business, you can have a lot of depression in the sense that bad news comes. You lose out to your competitor perhaps, and the news you are waiting for doesn't come. So frustration also that way. So be patient, flow with the tide. Don't push these planets around. Just flow along with them. They will become kinder to you. If you try to swim the flow against the tide, you will upset these planets and then they really go after you. It does work that way, believe me. So flow with the tide and try to concentrate on what's important. And as the evening and nightfall comes, some very fast planets move in, and they are also of a negative nature to your horoscope. And so they can produce accidents, they can produce difficulties in partnerships, whether in romance or whether in marriage or whether in business or with colleagues. So if you don't really have to socialize, I'd rather you don't. But if you must, be careful that your impulsive nature, your rebellious nature may just produce problems for yourself. So try not to behave that way. Be a very kind and approachable and helpful person and agreeable person. And you'll be able to turn the evening or the whole day into a much better day for yourself. Always remember that you control your horoscope, not your horoscope controls you. Let's move to Thursday the 27th, which I'm afraid to say also starts in a very poor fashion. This time conflict, confrontation, provocation is seen. What you say, wow, the result is just something worse said to you. So don't say anything. Or if you have to say, be very polite. Use a tone of voice which is very kind and nice and soothing. Nobody will be offended that way. Choose words which are very nice for others to hear. And that way nobody will be provoked in any way. You have to be very careful. And accidents are very possible on Thursday the 27th because of your anger, because of your quickness and speed in saying things and doing things as well. Accidents are not only for the road. Doing something dangerously with people can bring provocation of ideas or provocation of accidents as well. So be very careful also in the evening and nightfall session. Arguments are seen, differences with people is seen, and you may drive too fast or drink too fast, and it's not a nice ending either. If you don't really have to socialize, just go home early after work. Friday the 20th for you, coming from Cancer, doesn't start very well. You feel isolated, you behave isolated, you have an ego problem, you have a low tolerance for others, you cannot somehow get a bind with others. So you have to find ways on how to soften your approach and be approachable. That's the key word. Be approachable so that others can get their message to you and you can get your message to them. During the evening and nightfall session, the situation doesn't improve very much. And now you can be rebuffed, you can be disappointed, and if you're working late, that can happen at your place of work, or if you're socializing, wherever you're socializing. If you're at home, it can happen at home. And there's some disappointment waiting also in the evening session. It's not the worst of planets, but they do make you very unhappy. So keep a low profile, don't want to be too egocentric, in a sense that wanting to demand things go your way. Be the opposite and support others' ideas. Saturday the 29th at last now comes a perfectly good day, morning, noon and night. It starts off very nicely. If you are at work, plenty of good news. If you are in business, plenty of good news. If you are at home with your family and your marriage partner, plenty of nice bonding. And make plans to go out together. And if you have a romance partner, it will be lovely to be with that romance partner. So much bonding takes place. And that's for your morning and afternoon and early evening periods. As the evening comes along and the nightfall comes, you are going to plan travel, or you may already be traveling. And you are going to be with people who are supportive and who love you. And there's plenty of inspiration coming from you as well. So what a wonderful Saturday the 29th evening and nightfall period. People of another race, people from foreign countries, they will come your path and they will bring good news for you as well. Then we'll move to Sunday the 30th. And here for you in Cancer, you start very brilliantly and very well. And the morning, afternoon and early evening periods are wonderful with whoever you are with. Marriage, family, people, your romance partner, or if you are with your colleagues, with your bosses, if you are working on this Sunday the 30th, some people do, or if you are going to be with anybody, it's a morning, afternoon, early evening, your planets help you get what you want. So if you're looking for romance, communicate and you'll get what you want. But as the evening and the nightfall period takes over, some very depressive planets move in. And they bring about bad news, either about your past, or you meet somebody from your past that you don't like and everything turns sour, or your dates or your date is postponed or cancelled, or your meetings are going that way too, so you're getting angry and frustrated about it. Best is to just tell yourself that take things for the best. If you are not going to meet somebody, tell yourself perhaps it was for the best. Look at it that way. I would rather you don't socialize if you can, but if you must, be prepared for some negative news. Well, I'm already socializing. I'm already Skyping. I do socialize too. I'm already Skyping, and I charge USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session with you. And that will be based on your full date of birth and time of birth and looking at your palms on Skype. So I will go for your next 5 or 6 years in full detail and talk to you about them. So do go to Facebook and follow me, and we can communicate and make a date to Skype, or just go to Skype itself and leave me a message and I'll come back for you. In the meantime, thank you and good luck.